What is up, my YouTube fans? Capstar362 here. And as many of y'all know, I do a lot of train fan, rail fan, spotting type stuff. But there is one hobby that y'all probably have not known about me. It's not video gaming, it's not firearms, it's aviation. So, I want to dig into a subject that has been on my mind for some time now, and I've been in comments and on social media explaining how certain things have happened. There is also something that some of y'all don't know about me. I'm an IT engineer. I know how to research things. So the topic for this video is the Blue Angels lawsuit, specifically the cat mother who lost her cat and is claiming the Blue Angels killed her cat. Well, there are some interesting elements to this lawsuit, and I am not a lawyer. This is literally me touching on a subject that has perked my interest. I have watched other content about it, and I've been doing some research on this, looked into a few things, and I honestly hope the Blue Angels make an example out of this lady, because this is absolutely ridiculous. The first part of this is the cat already had health issues. It had heart disease. It was already on its way out. And I'm sorry to say it that way. I'm a cat owner myself. Y'all have seen my cats in my videos. I sympathize with the lady. But here's what happened. She went, and I saw many of these comments when this actually went down, and then she finally decided to try to sue them. She went on the Blue Angels Instagram page and was relentlessly commenting, posting, harassing, disrupting, and spamming their page. You can't do that and then claim First Amendment rights when you get blocked. And yes, you can be blocked from a government entity's page, whether it's an individual who is a representative of the government and their page, whether it is a body of office like a city hall or a police department or a military base, or in this instance a military based aerial demonstration team. The Blue Angels are part of the U.S. Navy. They are Navy aviators, and they are a representative of the U.S. Navy as a government entity, the U.S. military. The ACLU has made numerous blogs about it. If you act in a way that takes you outside of First Amendment protections, meaning your speech is no longer viewpoint-based, rather conduct-based, you can and most likely will be either moderated or blocked completely. And so the Blue Angels blocked this lady. She was at one point making upwards of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, probably even more posts every week on their page harassing them. I do remember that on several of those comments, the Blue Angels Public Information Officer, or we call it PIO, actually commented to her and said, "Ma'am, please reach out to us. Here's our information. We'd like to talk to you about this." They were trying to get her to stop bombarding her page. She refused multiple times. So, obviously, the U.S. government has its own lawyers, the Department of Justice, yada, 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 yada. The Navy has its own lawyers for litigation and claims and lawsuits. And believe it or not, the U.S. Navy has lost several lawsuits, but they've won plenty of them as well. Just because it's the military does not mean they don't have civil litigation lawyers. Oh yes, they do. And so they wanted to help her. They wanted to settle with her and be like, "Look, we're sorry. We're sorry about the loss of your cat. We sympathize with it. What can we do to amend this?" But she refused. So guess what? She just kept bombarding their Instagram page with comments, being disruptive, spamming, effectively harassing the Blue Angels. Now, here's the part that people are not getting. You cannot harass someone, especially a government entity, and then when you get moderated or removed, then claim First Amendment violations. That's not how that works. First Amendment protections are viewpoint based. Your speech has to contain a viewpoint. Whether it's, I don't like what you're doing, here's how I'm protesting it with my speech, a whole myriad array of ways you could do this. The key point, though, is you have to remain civil, and you cannot introduce criminal elements. 1A protections are not protective of criminal-based activity or conduct-based activity. And that's where she messed up. Furthermore, she also messed up when she went on that blog in Seattle, the whatever radio station, I think it was KRIO or KIRO, regardless of what it was. She publicly admitted to being, what was the quote? I am a spiteful and vengeful woman. You will not stop me. I have nothing but time. She has basically sealed her fate. She will die on that hill. Not only does that ruin her lawsuit, and here's why it ruins that lawsuit. She has indicated that this is an act of vengeance, which you cannot sue for personal, retaliatory, vengeance-based justice. This is no longer about the public's interest. First Amendment lawsuits have to be about public interest, not personal interest. And I've got the American Bar Association's rules and regulations on lawsuits. Her actions and her statements alone violate the following rules. And this is also because her husband is the lawyer. Her husband, if they keep pushing this lawsuit, her husband could be investigated for ethics and bar regulation violations. I seriously hope she really understands what she's about to put herself and her husband through if she continues to do this. Rule 1.3 ABA. Using litigation for personal vengeance. You cannot do that. Rule 1.7. Conflict of interest, attorney-spouse dynamic, because her husband is the attorney and she is the client. That raises conflict of interest and ethics questions beyond the wazoo, because it shows he is not reasonably objective in the eyes of justice. He is obviously going to follow his wife in everything she says. He will not be able to be legally objective and neutral without any kind of bias. Rule 1.8, Section I, attorney's personal stake in the outcome. Now this applies because it's her husband. If she wins a settlement, can they reasonably say that the husband will not benefit from this settlement money? Rule 3.1, frivolous or retaliatory filing. This also falls back into Rule 1.3, litigation for personal vengeance. Rule 3.3, potential dishonesty or omission to tribunal. I have to look that one up and why that applies. Rule 4.4, Section Alpha, using litigation to burden or harass. Because they blocked her, now she decided to retaliatory file a lawsuit to continue to harass them. Rule 8.4, Section C, deceitful conduct. She was being deceitful in her true intentions. She's only doing it to harass them, not to actually get justifiable litigation. Rule 8.4, Section D, conduct prejudicial to administration of justice. She has admitted that this is about vengeance and being spiteful. And again, Rule 8.4, Section G, harassment-based litigation where rule is adopted. So where rule is adopted, I don't fully understand, because this is literally harassing the Blue Angels by using litigation. They attempted to settle with her. She refused. She continued to harass them. When she got completely removed from being able to do so, she carried the harassment on in another form. So that's 9 different rules that she's breaking by launching this lawsuit, and that's 9 different rules that her husband, as the lawyer, may face ABA sanctions. I mean, I don't think I've seen any other case violate this many rules, and I've found myself going down a rabbit hole now of looking through different cases of where lawsuits and lawyers have done things in similar manners and how many different rules they violate. I'm not one, side note, I'm not one who fully trusts AI. I'm an IT engineer. I know what it's capable of. But I'm gonna be brutally honest here. I have been using ChatGPT to look many of these things up. It is a wonderful tool, but it's a double-edged sword, y'all. Do not explicitly trust using AI for everything. Places like ChatGPT, they're wonderful tools. They can help you accelerate research. They can help you look up things with ease. They can do all sorts of stuff. But do not let AI consume you to the point that it runs your life. Use it to find pointers. Use it to find places like other URLs, because it will give you the URL where all this information is contained, and then go read the actual things. Like, there's a couple of things in here I still need to read because I don't fully understand them, but hey, that's the whole point of doing research, is it not? Anyways, so this lawsuit, the lady claims the Blue Angels killed her cat by noise, and she claimed that the cat went bursting through a cat door, that it actually physically damaged the door, and then the cat just died. Okay, so by her own admittance, the cat was already terminally ill with heart disease. The cat was elderly, 10 plus years. I mean, there's many, many circumstances here that could easily be disputed. The heart disease, the cat was obviously ill. The cat was elderly, so it was already prone to said environmental conditions that could cause panic and, reactionary behaviors that could lead to injuries and or death. That's like scaring your elderly mother or grandmother. Like, you run out, ah! Your grandmother dies of a heart attack. That's literally the exact scenario. The cat was elderly, and it already had a terminal illness. It got scared by the jet noise. It ran off, bashed through a cat door, damaging the door because it hit the door so hard, so that led to other injuries. But the whole point here is she's using the death of her cat to justify her actions on their Instagram page, which led to her removal from the Instagram page. And so now she's suing them as a means to be spiteful and vengeful and continue to harass them. So I really, really do hope the Blue Angels get this lawsuit dismissed. I even hope the judges or whoever she goes to see, it's more than likely not even going to make it past pretrial motions. Judge is going to be like, you can't do this. Goodbye. And then her own admittance, I pray to God the Blue Angels know about this already, with her going on the very, very public podcast and saying, I'm a spiteful, vengeful woman. Well, that right there, ma'am, you just ruined your lawsuit before it even made it in front of a judge. You're going to die on this hill, ma'am, and I'm sorry. I'm a cat owner myself. I'm sorry you lost your cat. That is a part of life. Things happen. And you cannot expect to act the way you did and then still think you have legal protections. You don't. I'm sorry, you don't. End of discussion. You have ruined yourself. And the fact that you claim to be a spiteful and vengeful woman, I don't know what kind of people you hang around, but I damn sure would not want to be around you. No, absolutely not. Like, that is ridiculous. That you went out and you publicly admitted that you are such a bitter person, that you are spiteful and vengeful. God, I hope nobody ever has to deal with you in person. I'm probably several people have had to deal with you in person. Now, I don't know the situation surrounding some of the other circumstances with this lady. She's married, has been married for, I think one article said, almost 10 years, has no children. She considered the cat her daughter. I mean, I see the correlation, but I don't understand why you don't want children, but then you name a pet your child. That's a little bit of left field, you know. Like, that's bizarre to me. If you want the joy of pets, fine. But don't go out there and say, I've never wanted children, yada, yada, yada. Or if she can't physically have children, then okay, I understand that fully. But don't go out there and say, that cat was my daughter, that cat was my child, that's the child I wanted. But then you said you've never wanted children. Sorry, that's just weird. But anyways, y'all give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this. If YouTube will let me, I will drop a few links, or I mean, you can just Google search it. Blue Angels lawsuit, Seattle woman, and look into this yourself. It's odd, and a lot of my aviation friends are like, "Wait, she did what?" I say, "Yeah, this is exactly what she did," and ignore this right now. This is work in progress. This is gonna be my man cave. As you can see, it's already getting set up, and yep. But y'all leave me some comments. Anything else you want me to talk about you think I might be interested in? Hit me up. Leave me a comment. Hit that like. This is Capstar362 saying, y'all be safe. Don't be dumb around trains. And enjoy y'all weekend. Have a good one, y'all.